Now we together. Now we together.
Welcome to the Building Family Together podcast, the show where family, marriage, business, and faith come together.
Yep, so we're so glad to get back together on the couch again and get some great conversation in. How was your day, by the way? How's your day going?
It was good. I need your baby to stop waking me up, though. But
Oh, yeah, that's been rough.
yeah, it's been good.
Why does she keep waking up like that?
Because she's hungry. You know what? Maybe because she's having a growth spurt.
Yeah,
That's probably what it is.
we need to load her up with some more calories before we put her to bed.
I know. Yeah.
But it's been sweet. Some nights she lets us sleep through, some nights she gets up, but it just comes with the territory.
Yeah.
At some point, this should just be a distant memory of her doing that.
Yeah, well, you know what? She's an auntie again now for the
She
third
is,
time.
yeah.
Our oldest daughter and her husband just had their third baby. We are grandparents of 3.
Which is hard to believe we're actually grandparents. Yeah. And to say that we're grandparents of 3 is even more
I don't feel like nobody's grandmama, honestly. Yeah. I don't. I think maybe because I'm still raising children at home. We still have 8 at home.
Man, you one of the finest grandmamas I know.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just saying. Okay. Just saying. I just want to brag on you really quick. My morning started off great because I got to eat some of your sourdough bread that you made.
Okay.
And you make some of the best sourdough bread. And really, so I was actually making some for one of the children, and they were looking for your cinnamon raisin sourdough bread that you just made.
Yes. I tried something new. It's delicious.
It's literally, and I'm not exaggerating, the best cinnamon raisin sourdough bread that I've ever had. The best. Well, we need to name it. I guess Mama T's sourdough bread, or cinnamon raisin.
That's just what it is. It's just cinnamon raisins.
Yeah, but we got to add that Mama T's in the front of it because it's really good. But,
thank you.
So, but everything's good with you?
Yeah, you know what? I don't ever ask you how your day is going because I didn't see you this morning when you left the house.
True. No, the day's going great. You know, I'm always in my routine, in my flow. Had a really, really busy week last week, with the business we have, some major projects that we're pursuing. Yeah. And so glad to get through last week and hoping to get some good news on those projects here soon. But just we're just clicking and moving. Our team's doing well. Everybody's doing great. So really no complaints.
I have some good news.
Okay.
I lost 1 pound. 1
pound?
1 measly pound.
How did you lose that 1 pound?
And I still have, less than 2 months before this wedding?
Yeah.
As a bridesmaid.
That's the first step. Pound. 1 pound that's the first step.
You know what my issue is? It's the perimenopause hormones and the sugars. Yeah. I'm having a problem with the sugars.
Well, eating them?
Yes, eating them. And I know better. Sugar causes inflammation. It makes you hold weight. It's full of carbs. But they so yummy.
So you lost 1 pound.
1 pound.
What are you going to do to get to 2 pounds?
I'm going to be good. I'm going to stop eating the sugars. I don't have a choice. I don't.
I've heard this before.
But this time I'm for real. This time I'm for real. For real.
For real.
I'm gonna put notes in my phone. I'm gonna write it on my mirror. Tanora, do not eat the sugars. I need you to hold me accountable.
No, please, no, do not ask.
And you know what?
Do not.
Don't even go there. You know what? The other day you gave me some chocolate, and I said, I'm not eating sugar.
Okay,
you're trying to sabotage.
But that's that dark chocolate. That's your little allocation that I need to slide over to you.
Yes, but I'm trying to lose weight. I don't need you being sweet like that.
I got to give you your little.
No, I don't know.
That keeps you cool. That keeps everything that keeps the dust settled. I just slide you that little chocolate square.
No, but don't give me any.
And that was 90%.
It doesn't matter. Don't give me any. If it has sugar, don't give me any.
All right.
The only sugar you can give me right now is a kiss. Don't give me nothing else.
So let it be known that you are asking me to hold you accountable.
I can't eat sugar for 2 months.
Do you want me to help hold you accountable? Is that what you're asking? I'm just trying to make sure I understand what you're asking.
I do.
All right, so we're going to get into the podcast material today, and we are excited to talk about more about our family, which I think we probably get the most questions about that. We are raising right now, how do I need to say that?
You can't raise adults we still have 2 young adults at home. You don't raise them.
Yeah, we're not raising.
We're more
them.
like their coach.
So we have 9 children.
1 is out the house.
1 is married,
Yeah.
adult out the house. We also have another, 2 more adults in the house.
Yeah, 1 likes to travel, the other one's in college.
Right?
Yeah.
And then that leaves 6 others that are schooling and
2
doing their
teenagers,
things.
1 preteen, 2 elementary, and 1 baby/toddler.
So we get probably the most questions about how do we manage a family of our size and do all the other things that we're doing, like running the business. You like to do all of your homesteading type stuff and baking and cooking and homeschooling and just life and all the other things. So we get the most questions about that.
But you know what, though? I feel like we can talk about that 30 more times. Like, that's going to be never ending.
Yeah.
There is no way we can discuss all of that in this podcast, whether it's 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, because it's always something different. And all of our children are different ages. We're going through different seasons. So it's always constantly changing.
You know, so a lot of times I've heard the comment made to me that you and I make it look easy.
But it's not. I think
Not
every
at
time
all.
we've sat on this couch, we've had to say it's not easy. It becomes easier,
Yeah.
but it's not easy.
Yeah. And I think really the main thing is we don't have it all figured out.
And I don't think we ever will.
I mean, we kind of roll with it.
Something my mom taught me, I still keep this till this day. She always says you never stop learning.
Yeah.
You know how you get to a certain age and people think, oh, I've arrived. I don't need to learn nothing new. Oh, no. You never stop learning.
You never start learning, and we're constantly figuring everything out. And whenever we think we got it figured out, we get another curveball that we just have to adjust to it and kind of make it work. But, you know, once again, what we're talking about is what works best for our family and our flow. And everybody's going to have a different style for what they need to do, whether it be their marriage or their family or their job or whatever it is.
And you know what? There's so many, different exceptions too. You have mothers who are single mothers. You have fathers who are single fathers. You have widows and widowers and those who are divorced. So, a lot of the things that we talk about that work for us may not work for you at all, but we still want to come and encourage people who are listening. And we still want to kind of explain to people who've asked, like, how do we do this? Like, out of curiosity.
So what about the balance between family and business? I think a lot of times we come into life and we think I have to either pick my family or I have to either pick my business.
Yeah, I think you can pick both. But for me in the beginning, I did have to choose. I had to choose, and my decision was the family first, because in that season early on, that's just what worked for us. We had small children. I couldn't be out here trying to have a career with small children. And, even in the beginning, when I did want to have a career, we decided that it didn't make sense for me because all of my paycheck would have went to childcare.
True.
So
looking back on the choice you made of your family, do you see the reward of that now?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Even choosing to homeschool, that was really
rough.
hard.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We didn't know we were going to start our own business. And because I homeschool, it allowed us to travel. It allowed us to work and not have to have my kids, in the school system. That would have held me back. And then even in the beginning, when we were building homes and doing all those other things, being on their schedule with the public school system would have made it very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think they're more well-rounded. Even though they were homeschooled, I think they're more well-rounded. They got to see more of the world growing up. So
yeah,
that's what I think.
I mean, it's a lot of balance with it, but, just looking back on how everything was shaped, it did allow us a lot more flexibility to do the things that we needed to do. And in even the times where you had to step back and say, I'm going to spend more time at home and with the children, I just had to really, I guess, take on more weight of the business and growing it and scaling it and all of those things. But, we didn't necessarily pick family or business. We actually chose both. But then there was just times where family kind of had more pull on us,
Yeah.
right? And then there's times when the business had a little bit more pull on us.
Well, I'll say this. In reality, I felt like I had more of the family and
Yeah.
you had more of the business.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of days we did not see you. Now, that doesn't take away from the fact that you are a great husband and you're a great father, but I had to hold the family down more.
Yeah.
Like, you held us down financially
Yeah.
and just being the priest of the home, but I had to take on a lot of that stuff. And it was really hard when we had a lot of young children.
Yeah.
That was the hardest part. Them getting older was a blessing to me because I had to take on a lot of that weight.
You know, I remember earlier on in our marriage, your thought was, "Hey, let's get the family out the way. Let's go ahead and have our children, so that when we are older, we can still be quote unquote young and have our children and still do life and business and all of those things." So, do you feel like that's starting to play out for itself a little bit?
Yeah, but I said I wanted 2.
That's true.
Then you changed it to 5.
No, I changed it to 5.
Yeah, we had 2 daughters, but I did want a son. And then all the rest of them after that was surprise, surprise.
You know, I remember after we had RJ, so
Yeah.
our son, you really wanted to try to have another son.
I did?
Yes.
I do not
'Cause you
remember that.
Because, yeah, no, definitely.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
Maybe I said in the future
Yeah.
because when I got pregnant, I was still surprised.
So we started off with 2, and we wake up today, we have 9.
Yes.
For me though, our wealth is our family. And that legacy that we're building and that we're working towards, and then even now we're looking at our 3 beautiful grandchildren
Yeah.
and just what their lives are going to shape out to be, and watching everybody else in their different phase of life. That is, for me, that's our wealth.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what we get to cherish.
I know.
You know.
But we just got to figure out how to travel with our friends because all of our friends are becoming empty nesters and we've practically started over.
Well, we're ready to go. I mean, Vivi, she has our passport.
She does.
So she's ready to go. I'm ready to go. If we can get you on a plane, we're ready to go. So the reality check here is you have to find your balance and your rhythm for your family.
Yeah.
And really what that looks like. It's all about a rhythm.
Yes.
And really figuring out what's most important. And actually, that's what we do. What is the most important thing that's in front of us that we have to deal with? And we address that. And as we continue to really proceed down that route, that helps give us the balance that we need in life.
You know what I think? I think some people feel like they can't balance it because they're thinking of a scale. And like the scale is balanced equally on both sides. But for us, it's like that. As long as it doesn't, you know what I mean, tip
Yeah.
over, that to me, that's still balancing. Like
Yeah.
when it's going like this, you're trying to get there, but it doesn't have to be perfect.
It's not. It's
Yeah.
not going to be perfect. And that's where you carry your weight, I carry my weight.
Yeah.
And us carrying that together is really what brings the balance.
Yeah, we just can't let the scale tip over.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
really, I would sum it up to say we focus on what are those glass balls that we are holding that we just can't afford to drop.
Well, what are some of them?
Well, number one, it starts with us, our marriage, and focus on that. I think obviously our faith, making sure that foundation is always there. And then, of course, our family, making sure that the children are taken care of. I mean, as the provider, as the husband of the home, I have a different set of goggles that I'm looking at. I have to make sure that you're taken care of and you're eating good and looking good and smelling good.
Eating good. I don't need to eat no more.
You're eating good.
I don't need to eat no more.
But then also all of that applies to my children as
Yeah.
well, making sure that they're taken care of, they have everything that they need, making sure everything's taken care of to the best of my ability.
But in detail, what does that look like? Not dropping the glass balls. Because I think any parent is going to say, any good parent is going to say, I need to take care of my children.
Yeah.
I need to make sure I'm working. I need to make sure, you know, my family is doing what they need to do.
Yeah, so each and every one of you all have a need. And you all come to me with that need, or sometimes they come to you with that need. And how do we meet that need? What is that specific need? How do we manage what they're asking for? Sometimes you'll say, hey, I need you to do this. I need you to take off this day. I need you to be available for this or that, whatever it is. And you need me to be there for that. And it's my commitment to make sure that I'm there to support you and be there for you with that.
So I guess you're saying as a father and as a husband, you need to make sure that you are present.
Yeah.
Because as a father and husband, if you're not present, you won't even know that your wife or your child has a need.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to state that. And then also, too, we even talked about this yesterday, like putting more focus on individual children, doing those check-ins with them. Hey, how are you doing? How's school? How's life? How's this? Because we have to make sure that we are looking out for our flock and making sure that they are mentally good, making sure they are physically good, and how do we support them? And especially with I call them the young adults in the house. You know, we're parenting them differently, right? We're not dictating or telling them what to do, but we're more like advisors or counselors, and we're helping them through their life struggles or challenges and giving them great advice of what we think is great advice, but then allowing them to make the final decision on, what they should do.
And you know what? Sometimes, though, it's a challenge because I've never had adult children before. I mean, I know our oldest is married and out of the house, but I mean, she got married young, so she's finding out who she is as a young adult in her home with her husband. But our adult son and our adult daughter, we've never had adult children before. So I'm not going to say it's been tough. It's actually been great. But sometimes as a mother, I don't know how I'm supposed to talk to our son, because he's a young man. So that's why I come to you and I'm like, Reggie, you need to talk to him because it ain't my job. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm a woman. I don't know what he needs all the time.
Yeah.
And I just know that sons need their father.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And, it's interesting because we have to go from talking to a young adult to talking to our little baby, our
it's like,
young toddler.
No. You can't go to your 22-year-old and say, no. So we're always having to switch gears with all of them. And so for me, sometimes I'm like, I need a break because this is too much on me mentally,
And God bless the firstborn child because they took the brunt of a lot of our mistakes, our parenting challenges, and what we would have done differently.
Yeah.
And then it seems like the baby of the family, she gets to enjoy all the good stuff,
But I think we still make mistakes with all of them. The reality is, I know you're talking about the firstborn, but the reality is they are all individuals with all individual personalities.
Yeah.
I cannot teach all of them the same. I cannot speak to all of them the same. They are all different. Which one I'm talking about, one that's got a strong personality.
Yeah, their personality is very strong. But you know what's unique about that? Some of the best leaders have the strongest personalities.
Yeah.
And I've always thought if this person can focus this energy in the right direction, they're just going to be a great leader. They're already a great leader, but they just have to channel that in the right way.
Yeah.
I've actually always thought that particular one could actually be the next president and CEO of our company because they are such a great leader.
Yeah.
Once they focus that energy in the right direction, it's just going to be powerful.
Yeah.
And they may not, I don't know if they'll want to do anything in the company, but I believe that in society or in our community or whatever it is that person decides to do, they're just going to be a great leader at that.
Yeah.
But another thing too is just deciding with our children what's a mountain or molehill. And you taught me this last week. I was advising or telling one of the children, hey, go put that back or don't wear it. Oh no, it was hot outside.
Yes.
And they were trying to wear a hoodie. Or a sweatshirt.
Shoot, I be walking out the house with a sweatshirt on sometimes.
And we were going back and forth about taking this hoodie off.
Yeah.
And to your point, that was probably more of a molehill and not a mountain.
I was like, what happened? I think y'all ended up having an argument.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I still felt like this child was disrespectful towards you and they should have obeyed. But at the same time, I'm like, why bother them? If they want to be hot and musty and it's 80 degrees outside, let them be hot and musty and they won't do it again.
Well, see,
what's the point of arguing? Let them just be who they want to be.
Because I didn't want to smell the must.
Okay.
That's why I wanted that. I did not want them walking around with us musty.
Yes, but I'm learning. This is something that I'm constantly learning, having to let the children have their own individual personalities.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to control every single thing.
Yeah.
Even though I do feel like I am more of the stern parent and you're more of the laid back parent, we balance each other out really good with that.
We do. And I think to your point, that's actually really good. Letting them have their own personalities. Now, we still have boundaries
Oh, yeah.
that we keep them in, right? Because as a family, we have, hey, this is our integrity. This is our character. So these are our boundaries that you're going to stay within these two boundaries, but within that, allow them to have their own individuality.
Yeah. I think also, though, you were talking about molehills and mountains. It might not be a mountain, but it's a hill for me. Like, I always expect the family to be together at the dinner table. That's the way that we spend our time together. You typically will read scripture, we'll pray at the table, we'll ask each child how their day was. I think that's like a really good foundation of having fellowship with your children, is having them around the table.
You know what? We've been doing that for over 25 years now with them. I mean, it's just, we've been very fortunate that we can eat dinners together essentially every night, unless I'm traveling or you're traveling. We make it a point to eat dinner together, and that's our connect time with the children to say, how was your day? How's school going?
How is life treating you?
How's life treating you? Or that's a great time where we have a lot of family meetings. If somebody is not doing something or we need to change something up, actually, I recall we just did a family meeting about chores, the family chores.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
Yeah.
He finally said something after 10 years.
Yeah. And it's actually working.
My pet peeve. So some of my children wash dishes, but they never put the dishes up. And so I would get so upset. And I'm like, wait a minute now. I'm going to be 50 in a few years. I cook, I clean, I wash the dishes, I put them up, and y'all don't have no energy to put these dishes up? And what did you finally do? And now they're listening after 10 years, because I cannot stand when my kitchen is closed, I want it closed. I don't want to see stuff everywhere.
So the adjustment that I made is whoever washes dishes, if you do not put them up, when I wake up in the morning at 4 or 5 or whatever time
early.
I get up, I'm coming to your room, I'm waking you up, and you're coming downstairs to put the dishes up.
Have you had to get anyone up?
Not one.
Thank you. Thank you. You should have been did that.
And I actually went around the table, and this is the beauty of having everybody at the table with you.
Yeah.
You can literally go around the table and look at each person and say, do you understand?
Yes, because we have some of our children who will say, oh, I ain't know you told me that.
Oh, no. I went to
Scheming.
each person, and everyone acknowledged the new requirement, and it's working so far.
Well, thank you.
So I guess they don't want to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning.
No, they don't.
But that was actually a major adjustment. And that's just one of the things that you and I do together as we were kind of walking that through. But, that dinner time, I'll tell you, I think that's one of the most special times because that's where we get to connect as a family and just do those check-ins and those checkups and how's everybody doing. And one thing that I've noticed that I've had to really relax on, we have one of our children who likes to perform for the family at dinner time.
Yes.
Right? So we want, not saying no names, no pronouns.
This child needs a YouTube channel.
Definitely needs a YouTube channel because they like to perform and entertain. And I'm actually just kind of letting them do their thing and enjoying that. Now, when their food's getting cold, we're like, hey, you need to come sit down and eat. But just allowing them to be creative and just enjoying that time as a family. And actually, we see the other children getting involved and they start to perform or whatever they're doing. But that's a fun time.
But you know what? When you have happy children, that's a sign to me that the home is healthy.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. It doesn't mean that the home is perfect.
Right.
But it means that the home is healthy.
Yeah.
When your children feel like they can just be themselves. And I've noticed too, the older they get, the more they start coming to our bedroom when we're trying to go to sleep.
Yeah, but late at night though.
I know.
I'm
and
trying
you
to go
like
to
to go to
sleep.
bed early.
I'm noticing the teenagers like to come
And the
to
young adults.
like late at night. But what did we do? We
You gotta listen.
We let them in.
Yeah.
We let them get at the foot of the bed, lay down, and we talk, and that's a good time to connect with them.
Yeah.
So, just those special times and special moments. Once again, one day we'll look back, and they may have families of their own. They may be living in a different state or a different country or whatever, and we'll probably miss these moments.
Yeah.
But just rolling with it and working through that. So another thing, how do we make it work? Like, what type of systems do we put into place to make all of this work?
It's so many. They change all of the time, like from chore systems to laundry systems. I have my days where I have certain days where I will wash clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have certain days where they'll wash clothes. When they got to a certain age, I started letting them do the laundry.
Right.
Because I was washing everybody's laundry and putting it up. And I had a good friend tell me, she's like in her early 60s now. She was like, no, when they get to a certain age, you let them do the laundry. Because I was washing at one time, 8 different people's laundry?
That's a lot.
Drying,
of clothes.
folding. And I think for me, it's because I didn't want nobody's clothes messed up. I didn't want nothing shrinking. And she was like, no, honey, let them mess up something one time. They'll do it right. And so we have a system as far as letting the children, based on their ages, be responsible and do certain things. And I feel like that makes children feel important when they feel needed. And so, I think we have a good chore system. I mean, I don't think this is the time to talk about the chore system. Everybody's going to have their own chore system and what works for them. But we have a chore system. But also there are days where I'll meal plan in my head. I'm trying to do better about putting it. You know what I want? What is that screen I'm seeing everybody with? The digital calendar.
Yeah, you need
like
a
the digital calendar.
Planner, or digital calendar. Yeah.
I want one of those. So I'm not having remind the children all the time and print stuff out. So I have days in my head where I plan what I'm going to cook. Y'all just don't know because it's in my head.
Right.
But I would love to be able to put it on a calendar. And then you help me out on Fridays. You cook dinner when we both get off work.
I do.
That helps me out.
Friday is my day. That's they're getting either nachos or burritos or cowboy stew.
Yeah.
Those are my go-tos.
You're getting better. You added a 4th meal.
Is it the pizzas?
Y'all, when my husband cooks, it's like Moses in the wilderness with the manna honey, because they going to be eating the same thing for 40 years and 40 nights. It's going to be nachos, burritos, cowboy stew.
Or the little pizzas.
Yeah, but I think you added spaghetti.
Spaghetti?
Yeah.
Those are my 5. That's
all
go-tos.
you know how to cook.
So, and don't complain.
All the freezers, all the refrigerators are stocked, and you will call me and say, y'all don't have nothing to eat.
I don't have the food vision like you do.
I keep telling you to go on Pinterest.
Yeah, look, you can look in there and you can put stuff together. So you have that gifting.
I'm like my mama. She would just come home off of work and just like, okay, what's in here? Just chop it up.
So I wanted to touch base, though, on the washing clothes. So when we talk about systems, we've developed systems to where they know when to wash their clothes. They have days that they wash clothes. Now, what happens if they don't wash clothes on their day?
They're going to be funky.
They going to miss the boat.
Now, we do give, for instance, if we was on vacay or something like that, or they were sick or whatever, there are exceptions to the rules. But for the main part, if they don't wash their clothes just because they was being lazy or they was on their phone all day, nah, bro.
Yeah.
You just going to be out of certain things. You better wash them drawers in the sink. We've never had to do that. We've never had to do that. Here's the thing. Our family is so large. It is different people using the washing machine every single day. I'm being for real, babe.
I know. That's why I'm laughing so hard. You just raw. I love it. But yeah, if they miss their day, they just out of luck.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if I'm washing clothes the next day or I'm having to do towels and sheets and all that, you can't have the washing machine.
And you know what? They will remember next week not to miss their day.
Yeah.
And so that's really, you just got to hold the line.
You know what we're doing? We're just building routine and consistency in the children.
Yeah.
What do I always say? Priorities first and then pleasure.
Yeah.
If you want to be on your phone and all that stuff, did you get everything else done? Now, I'm not saying they can't have a day to just chill. That's not what I'm saying. But our family is too large for everybody to be getting offline, because if one person is out of order, it throws the whole family and the whole system off for the next person.
You know what? Yeah. Chaos can always be right around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you think about school mornings or Sunday mornings. We're trying to get out for church, or we're just trying to get out the door for anything we're trying to do. Yeah. You have to know where everybody is and what they're doing. I will tell you one of the C's. So we all talk about communication, collaboration, consideration. I'm trying to get better on my communication, because one thing that you and I'll do is we'll say, okay, what time are we leaving? We're leaving at this time. Great. But guess who I forget to tell?
The children.
The children. So they're like, I didn't know he was leaving.
Yeah.
So I'm working on getting better at my communication on that. That just has to be a collaborative effort. I think. For
Also,
both
now
of them.
I gotta collaborate with you.
I just need a
for
little
your
help.
shortcomings.
I just need a little help whenever I forget.
But I've been telling you that for a few years now.
So I'm still working on it. I'm still working on my communication, but trying to make sure. But literally, we have to plan the night before. So making sure that clothes are ironed, breakfast is prepped, ready to go, lunches are prepped, ready to go. Book bags are at the front door if we're going to school. Everything's ready to go so that next morning we can actually be organized and get out the house on time and not forget everybody.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we left? We left the house. We were going to church this morning. We got to church, and one of the children did not have any shoes on. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
And it was like, you didn't even say nothing the whole ride. We rode 30 minutes, got to church, and then they said, I forgot my shoes.
Well, actually, one time we went to the airport, and they didn't have any shoes. And we were about to go on college campus to do an agricultural tour. We had to run to the store and get this child some shoes.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. I said, Reggie, when you pick their clothes out, put the shoes with the clothes. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, those Sunday mornings, just having a system in place so that we can manage that process and get them out the door. But one thing I would tell our listeners is, as you start to develop your system, don't throw it all on everybody at one time.
Yeah.
Just pick that one thing that you say, you know what, I want to get better at getting out of the house on time. So we're going to focus on, ironing clothes at night, taking your showers at night, getting everything ready to go at night. Develop that one system and get that system down.
Kids can't take showers at night.
True.
They need it in the morning. Because
they
they
need to take it in the morning.
marinate in the middle of the night.
One of the things I thought about is I have made it a point to involve our children in our business.
Yeah.
Right. And not that they are trying to even really be in the business, but there are some great character building moments that we have with our children by incorporating them in our business. Yeah. And of course, when they get of age, I'm able to hire them on and teach them how to be better organized by having them come into the office and do their filing system.
Yeah.
Or having one person being over the mail. I know for you have one of them put stamps on all of the envelopes that you need to mail out.
They need to learn something.
Yeah.
They need to learn something. We're not saying that we're forcing them to be a part of the business, but back in the day, that's what you did. You worked in the family business. Now, we are allowing our children to have their own individuality. Like, if that's something they don't want to do, then we're okay with that. But we still want all of them to come to the office and just learn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and be a part of it. Because we're building this for them.
I think that's key because even if you don't want to be in our industry, there are still core principles about every business that you have to pay attention to. Accounting, organization, personal skills, professional skills, punctuality. All of those things are key components that regardless of what industry you're in, you have to do those things just to be successful. And so those are the times where we pay our children to come in and do their filing system or to organize or to help keep the office clean, whatever it is. So I think those are great moments, and it allows them to earn some income. And then, of course, I make all of them and encourage all of them to do some investing. So, they're able to get their investment funds going. I encourage them now to just go ahead and start putting that money away and start investing that money so that you don't miss it.
Yeah.
Right. And I see their reports and they're actually,
they don't even know what they have.
They have no clue.
I'm like, shoot, let me be a kid.
Yeah, they have no clue. But just as a father, I'm able to say, listen, let's start to put some money away in this investment fund, and that nest egg starts to grow. And then over time, they'll look up one day and they'll say, wow, I started investing at 16 years old, and now I'm 40, 50, 60, whatever age, and they look up. And that's a nice size investment nest egg that they have there. Yeah. So, just making them do that and encouraging them to do that. They're not separate from what we do as a family. We infuse them and we incorporate them in almost pretty much every aspect, because I think there's learning lessons that they're going to pick up at everything that we do. There's one guy that I respect. I respect him so much, and he says that your greatest ability is availability. I didn't make this up. I didn't come up with this.
Yeah.
He said your greatest ability is availability.
That is so true, though.
Yeah.
It lets the kids know that they're important, they're loved, they're cared about, because this world is so cruel.
Yeah.
Like, they need to know the love of a father and
Yeah.
the love of a mother, and to know that we support them.
Yeah. But just for them, if they just show up, the first struggle is just showing up. If you just show up, now you're in position to be called upon, or you're in position to help out or do whatever it is.
Yeah, I think this is a quitting generation. Like, I've seen so many people like just quit or give up. And what I mean by that is, I think we've come so used to getting things quickly. Have you ever heard like this generation being called the microwave generation? Like, it's like we don't know how to wait anymore. So when things are not happening, when you do make yourself available, then you think something's wrong, instead of realizing that, you're just going through a journey. Like, you have to go through something to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just teaching them to be available and be ready to, help out if somebody needs your help, or, whatever it is. But I've learned that giving our children age appropriate tasks, responsibilities, or job duties. Some of them have different giftings in different areas. And so we're able to give them the right chores. Like, some of the children, we don't want them washing dishes.
Yeah.
Because their skills are lacking. You pull a fork and you still got yesterday's taco seasoning still on there. Or
I
something
know what
like
you're
that.
talking about.
Yeah, we just no. You don't wash dishes. You go sweep, or you go do countertops. Now they need more practice. So I do tell that person, hey, your dishwashing skills need some help. So you're gonna do more of it until you get better at it. Right. But just making sure that we give them age appropriate responsibilities that best suits them.
Practice makes progress.
Practice makes
Not
progress.
perfect progress.
Yeah. So a little bit of the mind shift. Lower the pressure of perfection. Right. Well, what I mean by that? Well, we should always strive for perfection. Right. I mean, we want to be perfect and excellent at everything that we do, but also having grace on us, knowing that we're not ever going to actually achieve it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah. Some of our children, they just get so
discouraged.
when they don't do it perfectly, or they don't measure up perfectly. But we know that, God gives us a measure of grace. The Lord doesn't expect us to be perfect. We do want to strive for it, but knowing that we're not going to ever attain that, and having grace on us if we don't hit that.
Yeah. What do you think makes them do that, if that makes sense? Because I see so many people who are like performance based or people pleasing. Like, do you think it's this culture that's driving a lot of children and young adults to feel that way?
I think it could be a variety of different things. I think, number one, it starts with the individual person. I mean, some people just they have a high drive, and they want to achieve a lot of great things, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And they don't handle maybe they don't handle the pressures well, or if they don't achieve a certain thing, they don't handle that well. Versus some people, hey, I'm striving for this. If I don't get it, hey, let's move on. Let's move on to the next one, or let's try it again. And you just got to keep going. So I don't think it's a generational thing or a cultural thing. I think it can kind of really come down to the micro level of the individuality of a person. But of course, there are other influences.
I would think social media.
Social media is
like
a major
when you get on
influence,
there and you see teenagers and young adults, it's like they have their entire lives together.
Yeah.
It looks perfect.
You know what? I think let the main thing be the main thing, and just let the rest, just let it go, relax on the rest, but focusing on letting the main thing. And so, with them, trying to teach them to work hard, strive for excellence in all that you do.
Stay humble.
That's, for me, that's a major thing, because when the Lord blesses you with a thing, or whenever you achieve something great, staying humble in that thing, because whatever you get, whatever you achieved, all of these things can be taken away from you
Yeah.
very easily and very quickly. And you can amass a lot of great wealth and all the great things that people strive for, but you could also get diagnosed with a life-ending illness, and it's all gone. So just let the main thing be the main thing, and a lot of these other things in life that we're striving for, let them go.
At the end of the day, it's rubbish.
It is. It is. So, really, how do we protect what matters most? And I know for us, we have to keep God at the center of our marriage, of our family, and of our business. And that helps us maintain that strong foundation. And one thing that I've always stressed for you is making sure that Mama T is healthy.
Yeah.
Not only physically, but mentally. Like, I personally think that you need to take more girl trips.
I haven't taken one yet.
That's why I'm saying you need to take more.
I was supposed to take the one that just happened last week, but your schedule, I mean, there was 3 days in a row you had 8-hour-long meetings.
Yeah, I will tell you, last week
Yeah.
was like, if you would have went last week, that would have been tough.
Yeah, and then our daughter had the baby.
She had the baby.
Yeah, so
But we got to make sure we take care of Mama T, because when you're the best you, then you can give us the best you.
yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So making sure that when you need that me time, that you can go and enjoy that me time, whether it be the spa
I'm
or
about to start putting some stuff in my planner, so
you need to.
don't be taking back what you said.
When you get that digital planner, you need to make sure that you are.
I ain't gonna wait until I get the digital planner.
Yeah, you need to start now.
Yeah.
But, whether it be the spa days or whether it be the long weekends with your girlfriends, or even just going somewhere to just eat a meal by yourself or get you a coffee by yourself and just sit and just enjoy that time.
In silence.
Yeah, I mean, you need that because you have people calling your name all day.
Yes. I think that's one thing too, as far as being a mother and making sure that I am available to the children, is balancing being a mother, being a wife, and having a career. And that's why I said in the beginning, I chose my family first. But then when I started working, I started having mom guilt that I was leaving the children, because I felt like the children were acting a little different now, because it's like, well, you're not doing this for me, or you're not doing this for me anymore. And so there's a lot of pressure with that. And now that they've gotten older, I'm learning that it's okay for me to be an individual outside of being a mother and outside of being a wife. But I did deal with the mom guilt. But, here's the thing. I don't have to work. I literally don't have to work. I work to support my husband and to support what we've built. But if I was to quit, I mean, he'd be pitiful.
Don't quit. Please don't quit again.
If I was to quit, you'd be pitiful. But what I'm saying is I don't have to work. But now I'm glad that I'm in a situation that our children are older. Well, the majority of them are older, to where I can still go to the office and then I can still function at home and give them the best of me.
I tell you, you have done so well at managing all the things that you do. And I would be pitiful if you quit. I mean, because, as we're doing life together, we're celebrating 25 years of
All
marriage.
year long, I need another ring. I can't find my other one.
Well, that's why you need another one, because you lost it.
But you said you was going to give me an upgrade.
Yeah, but I ain't tell you to
This
lose
is
your
the
ring,
silver
though.
anniversary. You know what? I didn't lose it. I misplaced it.
I would like to see it today.
You'll have to ask the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. But as we're celebrating, 25 years of marriage, and it's really a blessing that we get to be at that point, but we have to take care of ourselves. And I'm preaching to the choir. I need to take my own medicine, because I have to take care of myself, because I have everybody depending on me, right, to provide and all these
Though
different
you took
things.
that golf trip 3 weeks ago, you left me at home for 3 days.
That was a great golf.
And you took a golf trip last year and the year before that.
All of those were great.
You getting more self-care than I am.
So, but I will tell you, golfing, that's my me time. So I really enjoy that.
You
Even when I go to the driving range, I mean, that's that little hour and a half or 2 hours. That's my me time. That allows me to recharge and come back home and I just got a different focus. So whatever that looks like, right? And I will tell you, thank you for allowing me to go get that me time, and it just allows me to just really clear my head and enjoy that. And I think that's really important for the spouses to allow each other to get that couple of hours, whatever it is.
It's
of me
essential.
time.
You know what? I was just talking to a good friend, and we were laughing about the struggles of being a wife and a mother compared to being a husband and a father. And I was like, you know what? When Reggie goes on trips, he's just like, hey, the PMs and the superintendents, they got everything going at the office. You will be at home, pack your bags, give us all a kiss, and be like, see you later.
Well,
That's
I pray
it.
for y'all.
That's all you got to do.
I pray before I leave.
But all y'all do is just walk out the door. With us, it's like, okay, I got to go to the grocery store. I have to get a meal plan. I have to figure out who's gonna be watching the children. If somebody needs to be in aftercare, I need to do everybody's hair and wash it before we leave.
Yeah,
I got to make sure the laundry's done. I got to make sure there's some type of meal plan. Who's going to be eating what?
Now, let me say
I got to
this.
be back by a certain time.
I will say this, and this is facts.
I feel like the men have it easier.
I will
when it comes
tell
to
you,
parenting.
I think that the women, like you all, have it tougher because, especially being a working mom or just a businesswoman or just anyone.
Even if you're a stay-at-home mom.
Stay-at-home
like if you have
moms.
children, you're working probably 6 a.m. to 11 p.m.
You think
Yeah.
about it. You're going into the business place and you work all day. Then you're coming home and then you're still holding it down at the house.
Yeah.
I mean, when I look at your day and you get to the office and you take care of all your VP responsibilities, then you get home and then you cook dinner and then we're helping with homework and then you're running. I mean,
That's why
what you do
planning
is
is
much
essential.
harder.
That's why planning is essential.
Yeah.
And I'm not even encouraging women to be career-driven women. If you have the ability to be at home, I would say stay home and be a stay-at-home mom. If they have the ability to do that, I feel like there's more peace in that. But I can have a career now. I couldn't have a career early on because I did want to put my family first.
Yeah.
But I can have a career now because I'm in a position to where I can balance the two. But I'm not going to ever put something on myself so I can look like somebody else. Like what works for one family may not work for another person's family.
And that's your piece. And then
Yeah.
for the women that
Have to work.
they're
Yeah.
doing their career. I mean,
Yeah.
we support that too. I mean, whatever it is that works best for them is what they need to do. But
It just has to be balanced because at the end of the day, I don't think that when we get to the end of our lives and we're old that our children are going to say, oh, I love my mother so much. She worked so hard for me out of the office.
yeah.
She worked so hard for me on that business trip. You know what they're going to say? I remember the days when my mom came to my bedside and I wasn't feeling well, or she prayed for me, or she talked to me, or we stayed up, late at night and we watched a movie, or we watched K-dramas, or we did our nails, or, she helped me make this project for school, or she taught me something new in the kitchen, or she used to bring me coffee. Like, they're going to reflect on those things. They're not going to reflect on how hard we worked outside of the home, because in our life, I'm a very relational person. And so that's what's important to me. And I think that's what our children are going to remember.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. And earlier you asked what was some of the things that were really important that we focused on, like I guess the glass balls. Going to our children's school events.
Yeah.
Like we try to make it a point to where if they have a presentation or something that they're doing at school, a field trip, we try to attend those field trips.
And their eyes light up.
They
when we
love
do.
it.
They're going to remember those things.
Yeah, we can't make every single one, and we're in a fortunate position that we can do that. But if I hear that one of them is getting an award at school, like a character award or something like that, I'll actually, in my planner, I'll block out my calendar.
That's
for
your
that
meeting.
2 or 3 hours. That's my meeting to go to and support my child at school.
Yeah.
And so, and I preach the same message to all of our team members. Matter of fact, I want them to go and do the daddy-daughter donut breakfasts. Don't eat too many donuts.
Yeah.
But I try to encourage them to
And
go.
let that light on.
ooh, if that light's on though, you got to stop.
But I haven't stopped in years.
Wait, you were just talking about sugar.
I'm not
and
going.
But why are you talking about the light on then?
Because you said donuts.
Well, I saw you started to your mouth started to drill a little bit on with it. But I try to encourage them to go and enjoy those times with their family. If they need to go do that breakfast with them or go to their child's presentation for the day, I want them doing that.
Or even take them on a date.
Yeah, take them on a date, or if all of those things are great. And so that's something that I think is really important in terms of being there for our children, going to their games, just being present, showing them that we care. And so that's been powerful. And also for you and I, date night. So that has been a tradition, I would say, that we've put a lot of focus on. Some seasons we don't get as much in as we need to. And then some seasons we're pretty consistent going, every other week or every,
it's needed. Here's the thing. I don't want all of our children, I don't want to be empty nesters one day and I don't even know who you are, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because we're pouring into our children, we're pouring into the company, but we have to keep pouring into each other too. Because here's the reality. The man I married over 25 years ago, the woman you married over 25 years ago is not the same. We're evolving. We're changing.
Evolved and evolving is what we're doing. Oh, excuse me. Go ahead.
You done quoted somebody. You gonna get in trouble. No, you ain't gonna get in trouble. You better. But seriously, like, we're evolving. The way we think, the way we analyze things are not the same. And so when I'm 60, 70, 80, I still want to know who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to wake up one day and I'm like, who is this man? I don't know him anymore.
So how do we do that, right?
We have to be intentional.
Spending quality time.
Yeah.
I know for you it's quality time and quantity time. You want the good stuff and you want a whole lot of it.
Look, but you ain't even got to talk. I've said that when you go on trips, the house just seems somber. Even the kids seem like they're moping around. And then when you're home, even if we're not talking, it's just like we're happier.
Yeah.
So we need that quantity time too.
I will tell you, I'm very blessed. I feel like the superstar of our home, which is a blessing.
I wish I was the superstar too.
You are, but listen.
No, I think the kids be getting tired of me.
You rise up.
I'm with them all the time.
I'm gonna tell you, Tanora, you rise up and your husband and your children call you blessed. So you literally are, and I feel the same way. Like, I feel like a superstar in our house when I get home and you come greet me, the children come greet me, that's just a blessing. And I'm thankful that our children like us. We know they love us, but they
may
like
not
us.
love everything we do or everything we say, definitely. But I'm sure they like us.
Yeah, I mean, we still have to be parents. I mean, we focus on being a parent before we think about being a friend.
Yeah.
Because we know that we have to get it right. We have to lead them and guide them and direct them in the way they should go. So that is a major focus of being a parent before we're a friend, but not losing sight of that friendship that we want to maintain with them. Because one thing that's beautiful is I see you, like some of the children that you were butting heads with when they were really, really young or they're young teenagers. It's beautiful to see the relationship that you have with them now being young adults.
Yeah.
And
that's scary for some parents raising teenagers. I don't think it was that bad. I think there were some moments that we wish never would have occurred, but that's just a part of life. But it's been a blessing raising teenagers.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've been
intentional.
Awesome. We've been intentional about that though, right? Just trying to get into their space. Like sometimes they want to play video games, and I used to be a big video gamer, and I'm not so much anymore. But I have to go down there, and if I see them playing a game, I get down there and I try to play the game with them.
Yeah.
And that's my time to connect with them. I know one of our children loves the movies, and so we'll go and take them to the movies. So just figuring out what is it, that one thing that they love and that they enjoy, and getting into their space and doing that thing with them. And it's really kind of their love language. Essentially is what that is we're just talking their love language. But, one of the biggest takeaways is just protecting that time that we have together. Sometimes, some days are busy and it's only just 10 minutes. Some days we get to hang out an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, but just protecting that time that we have together, being intentional on those date nights, being intentional on the date nights with our children, taking them out and alternating. Like I know I have a date coming up where I want to take the guys out and we go hang out for breakfast, and then I want to take the girls out, and we just alternate with that. But that's so important. So let's think about our legacy moment. So number one, you don't have to have everything figured out.
Yeah.
When we think about life and how life is moving, I know social media makes you think and feel like you have to have it figured out, but you really don't. And when you reflect back on our journey, we didn't have it all figured out.
Yeah.
We just did life together, and we just kept moving, and we kept making adjustments. When we figure out, this wasn't the right thing for us, or we need to change it up. We just live life together. We keep lifing and husband and wifing.
Yeah.
And that's what we just continue to do, but we just continue to do it together.
And I think too, with intention, I think I mentioned that earlier, just being intentional about the journey.
Yeah. Being intentional. I mean, I think that's really great. When you plan it out, you have a greater chance of success. And then also start small. Don't feel like you have to just come out with a bang and just do this big thing. When you think about compound interest, it just starts small, but over time it just builds. And then one day you look back and you look at how much ground you've covered.
Yeah.
And you're like, how do we even get here?
Yeah. By the grace of God.
It's by the grace of God and just taking those little steps. If you don't have a system together for your family, pick one thing and develop that system and just fine tune that system and get it right. And then now you can move on to the next thing. So now you have one system that's already operating and working well, and you're working on system number 2. Yeah. And then next thing, 2 systems that work turns into 3, turns into 4, turns into 5, whatever that is for your family. But, start small. And just
I want to encourage somebody right now who's listening. It is not too late.
Never
to
too late.
Start
Yeah.
where you are right now.
That's good.
It's not too late.
Yeah, that's powerful. I mean, when's the best time to start?
Now.
When
is the best time for me to stop eating them sugars?
Yesterday.
Now. Because I ate the sugars yesterday.
I know.
This tea has no honey.
I know.
I didn't even put honey in it.
I can't drink it like that. It's too bitter. But
this is not bitter. This is the pretty blue tea.
Yeah, but
the butter pea.
The best time to start is now. And also too, give yourself a lot more grace.
Oh yeah.
Like sometimes we can be so hard on ourselves, and we put more weight on us than what the Lord even puts on us. And we can cause our own problems.
My brother had put up an IG story post. I remember. I don't know if I remember it word for word, but I remember screenshotting it. It said something like, be patient with the person that you're becoming because you've never been that person before.
Oh, say that again.
I need to find it on my phone. I'm not saying
good.
it exactly right, but be patient with the person that you're becoming. You've never been that person before. So be patient with the person that you're becoming.
Wow, that's powerful. I mean, that actually, even for me personally, that's great. But then also, I got to think about being patient with the person that you're becoming.
And being patient with the persons that the children are becoming.
Yeah. Wow, because, when you think about you and I, high school sweethearts, the Reggie Polk today is different from the Reggie Polk in high school.
You ain't like me in high school.
I did like you.
You told me to shut up because I was singing that one time.
Well, I mean, you was, there was some aspects that we, maybe was not as desirable, but I still like you.
You like me now?
Yeah, I love you. Yeah, for sure. But, I think that was great. That's going to really bless a lot of people when they hear that. But having more grace on yourself, allowing yourself to, when you don't hit the mark, get back up, shake it off, and just keep moving forward with life, because You know, I love Psalm 23 when it says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. We're not stopping. You have to keep walking through that thing in order to come out of it. And we know that the Lord is with us as we're walking through it. And that's my challenge to you and our children and the people we talk to is when you are in that challenging spot, when you feel like you're in the valley of the shadow of death, keep walking so that you can actually come out of that valley.
You know what? One more thing. I want to encourage mothers and fathers who are raising children, who have a business, who are trying to figure it out. Get you some people in your lives that are like-minded. Get you some true friends who can really encourage you in your walk, because we're not meant to do this thing alone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's great. I mean, having encouraging friends around you, having mentors.
And feed off of them. Go to them for advice. What works best in their household? It doesn't mean that you have to, mimic exactly what they do, but you can take little bits and pieces from what works for different friends and families and try to incorporate some of those things and see if it works in, your family.
I'll tell you, rarely do I make a decision, even if I think I know exactly what to do, rarely do I make a decision without consulting you.
Yeah.
Or one of our mentors or one of our business partners or somebody that I just really respect a whole lot.
Yeah.
Rarely do I make a decision without getting 2 or 3 check-ins just to
When
say.
it's important decisions.
Well, yeah, important stuff.
You ain't gonna consult me about brushing your teeth.
Oh no, that's getting done every morning.
Or if you should go to work or not.
Every evening.
Or
No.
if you should put gas in the car.
Oof. Now look, you drove all that gas out.
But you're supposed to keep my tank full.
Okay. All right. But I'll make sure I put gas in your tank. But I'm definitely always checking with the people of my circle of influence.
Yeah.
And I really value your wisdom and the things that you say and do. And so even if it's something that I know, hey, this is the right thing to do, I'm still checking with you, say, hey, Tanora, what do you think? Now, if it's something that I know I want to do, or if I think you're going to say no to
We
it.
already know this story. You're going to do it.
I'm going to do it and ask for forgiveness. But for the most part, I'm checking in and I'm running it by the people that I really love or really respect, and that really helps shape my decisions or those important decisions. So great conversation. I want to say, if this podcast really blessed you, or if you know anybody that needs to hear this word, please share this with them. And you already know what to do. Click, like, subscribe, and check in with us. We want to hear from you. If you have any questions for me or Tanora, something that you'd like for us to address or elaborate more on, drop that comment below. We'll do our best to respond back to that. And you never know, we might be talking about your subject on the next podcast. So thanks for joining us.
Until next time, see you.
Now we together. Now we together.